Yeah, okay. One sec. Oh, darn it. I'm messing up here. Okay, alright. Time to flood a bunch of Discords. This is always my favorite part.
Yeah, I know. You always talk about after streaming. You always talk about how much you enjoy it.
How I'm like, finally, I get to flood all the Discords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have some kind of moral compass that prevents you from doing that for no reason? Because you can just spam the Discords as much as you want, Jeff. There's no messaging limit as far as I'm aware.
Sometimes they have slow mode where you can only do it every 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or at least like do 3 messages and then you gotta wait some amount of time.
Yeah. And then also people will delete them sometimes too, you know. My messages never get deleted, but I'm just joking when I say that I'm spamming it. I'm not actually spamming it, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh,
people can delete other people's messages?
like if you're a mod or something, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay, actually, okay, wait. If you're watching stream right now, I learned how to do something. If I hold Control Shift and a number, then it comes up as best of 3. So I just can change it to best of 3. So now we look even more professional. Like we're essentially ESL at
Oh,
the LMSL.
damn.
I know, it's pretty cool, eh? Okay, so let's begin then. Spawning in the top right. I think I actually said it wrong previously. I said that he was the current champ right now, but he's actually the Season 1 champ and the Season 2 runner-up. It is New Angels Roy. That's what it stands for.
And spawning in the bottom left, parting, but not the real parting.
No.
Who is this, Jeff?
This is Madaleon, is how I would say it. I don't know if that's actually correct, but you know, that's how I would say it. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect from the PvP, but this is a really early probe move out, and it's going in like a sneaky way, and it's proxying a pylon. So you know what? I know what to expect. It's probably going to be like maybe a max packs because there's no forge down yet.
What's a max packs?
The max packs, I believe, and people can correct me if anyone's listening yet, but I believe it's pylon, pylon, gate, gate, and then you get a really fast nexus at home. So it's kind of like macro cheese. Never mind, it's not a max packs, it's just gate, gate. Maybe you have to get the... It doesn't matter, because honestly, Roy pylon scouts every game, so like it literally doesn't matter. Like Roy sees, he's looking around right now, following the probe, and he's not looking for, or sorry, he's looking for any sort of like tech or buildings or anything, and there are none in the main. So did Roy see the? No, so Roy doesn't actually know where the gateways are proxied, and that can be pretty annoying if you're actually the player who's getting proxied, because you have to kind of know what it is. But Roy's gonna find it. Oh, did he find it, or did he turn around? He turned around again. This is wild. Now Roy sees it because
he's leading him right to it.
This traitor probe.
Traitor.
So these are going to be double zealots.
Proba Dick Darnold.
Yeah, and Roy is supply blocked. It just finished now, and I like how he blocked with a forge. So like Roy's like, okay, you're super committed in here. I'm just gonna make it so that like look at all the infrastructure he's put in. Like he's got a forge and another pylon trying to block this wall. Like he's like, you're not doing any damage to me, my dude.
Yeah. Forge is up there just to be like, no.
Yeah, and because he's not throwing down a cannon or anything. Oh wait, one of these is Madaleon's pylons. I bet you he meant to cancel that and accidentally forgot. So now we're seeing some like zealot micro. Roy could probably even cancel the shield battery and have the... Oh, it didn't even matter. Yeah, okay, yeah. But I was gonna say the adept, but I guess this is probably the better call because now the zealots can't kind of like wreak havoc and everything. So yeah, I'm not really sure what you do here as Madaleon, because I feel like Roy has held this. Like, they're going to have the same amount of stalkers and everything.
Yeah, it looks pretty held to me, yeah.
And like, oh, that's an unfortunate, like, the stalker spawning on the wrong side of the gateway is definitely good for Madaleon. Roy finally throwing down the first cannon, and he does have a super battery, but I don't know if it actually can reach the forward battery, like the spell. I don't know what the
Yeah.
actual radius is. You can't see it or anything as far as I understand. Okay, so there's the super battery. So super battery is actually super good. Like, I really don't think these stalkers are going
Yeah.
to be able to fight. Like, if
I don't think so.
Natalie...
Now the cannon finished.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, working down this pylon seems kind of counterintuitive to me because Madaleon can just warp in Adepts, like, if he wanted to, and then kind of, like, wreak havoc. Like, the Adepts, or that pylon there was the full wall sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
But I don't think that he can just kind of run by here. Like, 2 cannons with shield batteries, stalkers, and an Adept does do a fair amount of damage. Like, Roy could be hitting that from the high ground right now. Like, again, I think we're just, like, at the position where this is just, it's just held. Like, this is just a contained, you know? Like, Madaleon should realize that and expand it home, I guess, if he can. Like, I don't think you're doing any damage going up this ramp. Basically, is what I'm saying.
I don't think so either. He hurting. What did I just see?
Roy's
Nothing, I
proxying
guess.
something on the other side. Of the
Yeah. I'm wondering if we're gonna see like a Stargate.
I
What
think
would
that you're
you-
probably right. I think we probably are going to see
Eh.
Stargate. Oh, I don't know. Roy's throwing down another gateway.
Another gateway in the back of the base.
I think a proxy Stargate probably would be very good here. Its usefulness starts to run out when like Warp Gate finishes because then Stalkers can get warped in.
Sure.
And also, I guess recall is always a thing as well. But like Madaleon he's soft containing Roy here, but he doesn't know about Roy's proxied pylon back there. So I don't know. This is definitely a funky game.
Yeah, I mean, that second Nexus for parting still hasn't even finished, so it's not like he's gonna have really an economic advantage at all from this so
Yeah,
far, right? I mean,
they have very similar worker counts. You know, like
Yeah.
I would imagine that Roy's probably even cut his worker count because of the fact that he's just got nowhere else to really send them if he does it. And now the Adepts are in Madaleon's base, and he actually doesn't have the energy for a recall. So this is basically the worst case scenario.
damn.
Or worst case Ontario, as Whitney always says.
Worst case Ontario.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, now there's a recall, but I mean, the Stalkers were basically home, so I think he just recalled Stalkers that were essentially home. And like
These Adepts are doing a ton of damage.
yeah, they 2-shot probes, so
Yeah.
if you have one of them, then they 1-shot probes. Unfortunately, they're both going to die just because Roy was microing something else at home, I suppose. Oh, he's cleaning up the low ground. So, I mean, even though Roy was soft-contained, I think that... I don't know. I think Roy's broken out here, and I think that now Madaleon's probably going to be the one that needs to defend. Like, Roy's still floating just a ton of minerals, so...
Yeah.
There is always a chance that this kind of just turns into a macro game. But if that's the case, Roy really needs to send down a probe to start that Nexus. There it is. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't check to see how long this replay was, so we might actually just be seeing a macro game.
All right. Everyone loves a good macro game. When you see all the big boys come out to fight, you know.
Yeah. Well, Madaleon is getting Blink. That's a lot faster than Roy's, so there's always a chance that he might be able to find damage quicker than Roy. But Roy's moving across the map right now with a pretty good hit squad of Stalkers. I wonder if he's going to wait for his +1, so 10 more seconds. Yeah, this is like a perfect timing. I don't know if Roy did this on purpose or not, but it's looking really good, and there's only a single battery. Again,
I choose to believe he did it on purpose.
well, I mean, this is the...
or on porpoise, like Whitney always says.
Exactly. So okay, depths. Okay, well actually this is a disaster because the depths are in the main, the Stalkers are being pulled out of position, and Roy's just gonna be able to walk in and gun that battery down because I really think that battery was the only thing that was gonna be able to like do any sort of semblance of like potentially holding this.
Yeah.
Because Stalker DPS is Garbo, you know, so like
Sure.
Oh, but the Adepts are still alive. Roy's bringing them into fight. You know what? I think Roy just realizes he's got the advantage here, and Madaleone is unintentionally throwing all of the Stalkers away. That this base is totally forfeit, because if Madaleone commits into this, I don't think. Oh, he's gonna try anyways. Roy's on move, or I guess sorry, it was like attack command. I really like this targeting of the Stalkers. If you click on Madaleone's Stalkers, you can see that he's like focus firing, but I think Roy's done here. GG gets called.
Damn.
We're moving on to game number 2.
GG.
And you get to enjoy my new screen.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now another thing, Maddie, is that we actually have 5 new maps in the pool. So you're not gonna. I mean, not that really. It's not like you super familiarized yourself with the maps before, but like you're not gonna recognize these maps at all.
No, I've played on this map.
Wait,
This was a
this is new.
or a strikingly similar map. No, I absolutely played on.
This map's
Or
new,
something,
my dude.
no, but like something really similar, like the same sort of S shape.
Well, that's a lot of these maps. Maybe you're thinking about Zen. Zen kind of looked like this, I think.
No.
Either way, spawning in the top left, currently up 1-0. The winner here doesn't necessarily move on to the playoffs yet, but definitely moves on to the winner's match. It is New Angels Roy.
And spawning in the bottom right is Parting, aka Mara Leone.
Madaleone.
Mata?
Madaleone. I don't know why I keep giving you that one. That's my bad.
That's fun. How's it spelled?
Mataleon.
Okay.
Okay, so Madaleone, pretty
Call him
fast probe strike.
Leone the professional.
Yeah. Pretty fast probe scout, but Roy even faster probe scout, and he's hanging out at the bottom here. I don't know if he's trying to like scare Madaleone into thinking that he's doing something, but well, he's gonna check anyways. So slightly less probe saturation, I suppose, and we have the double gateway now. Oh, for both of them. I guess that's just meta on this map. Like honestly, I haven't really been playing that much recently. Been pretty busy being a drama teacher, you know.
Yeah. I mean, being a drama queen.
Well, I'm always doing that. I'm always busy. Am I right, mate?
You fucking what?
Oh, you're using our 1F bomb?
Yeah. what were we, like 4 minutes in? It's our 1F bomb. Gotta keep it PG-13.
So something that I've noticed is that... Oh, never mind. I was just about to say Roy is mining 2 and 2 on gas, while Madaleone was mining 3 and 3 on gas, suggesting that Madaleone would take tech faster than an expand. Or something. Like, again, I don't really know. Like,
yeah.
If I was a Terran... if this was a Terran matchup, that's what I would be saying. But
Sure.
Perhaps Stalkers cost more gas than Adepts. Again, I'm not sure, just kind of spitballing here. And maybe that's why we see the Stalker from Madaleone and the Adept from Roy.
Could be.
Now, Madaleone throws down this pylon, not to like block anything on Roy's ramp, but to see the first units of Roy. That's kind of the purpose of that pylon there. So Madaleone should cancel this. Yep, there it gets canceled, and he knows the 2 Adepts are coming his way, so he should have... Maybe he's trying to intercept them in the middle of the map.
Also, on the bottom of the map here, we saw Parting find Roy's proxy Stargate, I believe.
Oh, let's see. Yes, you're absolutely right. And you know what? I didn't even realize that was coming. I was too busy talking about these stalkers here. So,
well, we know how you feel about stalkers.
I do. I love me some stalkers. Basically, I was gonna say that they need to have a worker there so the Adepts can't get in, but the Adepts are in anyways. So,
oh my god!
I don't know how much.
It's a bloodbath.
4
That's
probes,
4
and
probes.
if 5, if they can get out. No, that's the wrong direction to shade Roy, my dude. But I still think they're gonna get out. Oh no,
There's bamboozle. There's stalkers at the bottom of the ramp.
But it doesn't matter because stalkers are so slow and their DPS is such garbo that... Oh, and they're going to even threaten the shade back in? Wow. See, because that's like really...
Do it!
Oh, no.
Go!
Oh, they're going back in. Yeah, okay. All right.
Only one.
Well, but both die. Like, so basically, I was just about to say that was looking pretty good for Roy, specifically because was 6 probes for nothing, like for free. But then he lost both those Adepts, so then it's not for free anymore.
I understand, because You mean because adepts cost resources?
Yeah, I know that like new Protosses want Adepts to be free, but it's not gonna happen. At least not when I'm still alive. So the Oracle got out of the proxy Stargate, but Madaleone is like perfectly ready to intercept this, and I don't think this is gonna get us one probe. Oh, two probes even. Wow, Roy must have heard me and decided to spite me specifically, and gets two probes. So I mean that's pretty good. And it looks like he's trying to contest this Stargate going down. With a little bit of micro here, I think Roy easily wins this fight.
Damn.
Yeah, I like that
Well,
surround. Oh, a recall even. I don't think that the Stalkers yet. Stalkers DPS terrible, so
when there's 4 of them, you think it'd be
still not.
4 times better, but it's actually 4 times worse.
Yeah, 3 of them actually heal the opponent's Stalkers, and then one of them does damage.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing. You have to have thousands of hours before you learn how to cope with
That's
that kind of balance.
yeah, that's what Poon used to say was that the sentries would actually heal the opponent's units because
I
the
remember him
sentries
saying
damage.
that. I remember him saying that.
Oh,
That's funny.
huh. So Madaleone's probe is going somewhere. Oh, just to see if there's a third base, I guess. I don't think that's for I don't think that's a proxy location because I don't know the timing seems a little strange, but maybe it
Let's
is proxy.
let's talk third base selection here. Where would you be going? In a straight line up the side of the map, or would you take
What,
the forward base?
are we looking at Roy or Madaleone's position?
Aren't they mirror images?
Yeah, they are, but I'm just gonna like it's just easier for me to say, like so basically if we were talking about Madaleone's position, I would go to the one that's to the left of the natural. That's the base that I've been taking. I don't know if it's better or not, but I just kind of like that positioning.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like it defends your main as well, but like as a Terran, I'm expecting to get tank pushed constantly in TVT. So like, if you take
True.
this there, then it's harder to siege the tanks right there. But I bet you can siege the low ground. You actually can, I
Ooh.
guess. But Roy's actually getting a huge damage here.
Spicy cutoff with the blink.
Yeah, but the probes, because you can actually, again, because Stalker DPS is so terrible, you can actually pull workers to fight Stalkers, and it actually does like an insane amount of damage. Like, I think recalling out of here is absolutely the right call. Like, Roy got 11, he lost 6 Stalkers, and he's just gonna go home. He brings home his Oracle. Like, that's kind of like the trick as a Terran player, where if they're attacking you with exclusively Stalkers, you can actually just, until there's Zealots there, or like Archons or something like Colossus, whatever, you can just pull SCVs and just attack purely Blink Stalkers.
Okay.
So Roy's trying to throw down a Stasis Ward here. No one's taken a third base yet, but this is actually kind of a pretty scary attack from Madaleone. I like that Roy has thrown down some buildings here so that it decreases the surface area. And a Super Battery gets pulled. Madaleone's focusing it down exclusively, and Roy's Stalkers are getting a ton of opportunity to just kind of like pick away at the attacking army. Nice blink micro. I think that Roy's going to pretty easily clean this up. Even brings the Oracle in.
He's doing his best, but he's no match for this Stalker's terrible DPS.
One Stalker lived with 1 HP. GG gets called. Roy's moving on to the winners match. Madaleone not out yet, falling down to the learners match. And now we're moving on to your favorite map, Maddie.
No.
Yeah, the gods must have heard you. So we're moving on to Blackburn, and this is
Blackburn, baby. Let's go.
Terran versus Zerg. Oh, I don't know. Ah, it worked this time. Spawning in the bottom left, playing for Risen from the Ashes, I think is what that's called. It is the Red Zerg player 11. Risen Community, maybe is what it's called.
And spawning in the bottom right, because this is Blackburn, is the Blue Terran Bucktheed.
Hella Chaz or Hella Chase in the Discord and on Twitch, but
Hella
Bucket.
Chaz.
Yeah, Helichaz. Thank you.
I think it's Buketheed.
Buketheed. Yeah. You're right. Um,
Just you can't put the umlauts in there.
you actually can put umlauts in. Like,
Can you really? I guess
yeah,
that makes sense.
you can really use like anything to be honest. Like, not exactly anything, but you can use a lot of different characters for your name of StarCraft.
How I feel like in a lot of Blizzard games, like in World and Warcraft or in World of
World and
Warcraft, you could
Warcraft, my favorite.
in World and Warcraft, my favorite two different games, not the same game. You can use just about any character.
Yeah.
Seeing an early pool from 11.
Yeah, so 11 is incredibly aggressive Zerg player, and I think that
Okay.
this is actually a really good map for that because of the like the closer like natural to natural. As long as you don't
Sure.
get stuck in the slow zones, and it's really annoying because the pathing technically wants to do the slow zones because the slow zones for some reason is the faster way to get over there. Like if you just look at like direction, so if you watch this SCV, he's clicked it to go
Yeah.
over to natural, and it's gonna go through the slow zone unless Helichaz, was it Helichaz? Helichaz
I think Helichaz, yeah.
Helichaz corrects that himself. So he didn't do that there, but he is scouting. This is this kind of scout timing that I like. And he sees the early pool. And then if you see an early pool like that, I always go in and I check to see gas timings. I check to see if there's roach warren. So Helichaz is going to get just an awesome scout here. And I mean, you also have to kind of like do it correctly. Like just because you know it's here, it doesn't mean like so losing this Reaper right away. I was gonna say that's not doing it correctly.
Whoops.
Oh, what a nice pullback by 11 there. I mean, this is micro that 11 must have practiced a million times. I think attacking that SCV there is definitely the right call by 11 because like that's the most damage he's gonna find there. But
Yeah.
I think with that build you're looking to try and cancel. Like at best you want to try and cancel or even kill the low ground CC. So
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
if you're Helichaz, you're feeling
We're
good
also
right now.
seeing yeah, I think so too, right?
Yeah.
We had a really early Roach Warren
Yeah.
also from, well, I mean, I can't say really early, but I mean an early Roach Warren. So I'm thinking
No,
maybe like
it's
Roach
very early.
timing, but he's already marching him over there. So maybe it's not a timing at all. It's just
Well, I think it depends on how you define
all in.
timing and cheese, really. You know, like
I
because
guess, yeah.
I would describe this as a roach cheese. You know, like he's got very
Yeah.
little workers, um, but other people maybe would describe this as timing, and that's kind of the nice thing about StarCraft, of course. Having a bunker already, and 11 can see that with his Overlord. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he can. He can see it with the Overlord. So I don't think attacking this bunker is in any way a smart thing to do. I like that he's pulling back the hurt roach. You know, he is actually getting a lot of SCVs here, but I feel you know what? Actually, I think that this is a good trade for 11. I take that back. This is. I don't like that there's some attacking the bunker. You know, like I like that when he was focus firing the SCVs. But this is actually so many SCVs now. Like
That it is. I mean, and even just like the mules, the amount of energy that Buckethead's not gonna get back, you know?
yeah,
Like no scan. Well, not that he really needs scans, unless we see some burrow roaches from 11.
it's definitely possible. But
It
11
can.
already has a third base, and well, Hello Chaz is on 22 workers. So like
Yeah,
I am shocked, but I really like 11's position actually.
that's yeah. I mean, I think he is in a strong position. He's maintaining that sort of you know, um, one base Zerg advantage that you tend to see, despite having bought a ton of army units early. I think he's just gonna kind of coast into the mid game here, well ahead of Buckethead.
Yeah, and Buckethead is doing a 3cc build a little strangely because he's getting uh, the I think he gets the starport first, but he's getting 3 racks and no starport at all. So it's a little bit of a strange build. It's almost like a 2-1-1-esque, but then 11's rallying all his overlords. Oh, he's gonna lose. Yeah, he's gonna lose that for sure. He might even lose
Oh,
this one too. Okay, that's
how
painful. Definitely painful.
how embarrassing!
Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, Buckethead's build is super strange because like the third CC timing is relatively standard if like that's kind of the TVZ that you're trying to play, but the starport feels really late here. Because if you start the starport, because I'm assuming he's not going mines here. I'm assuming that this reactor for the factory is for the starport. You start the reactor and the starport at the same time, because then they finish at the same time, and you can just switch that off. You know.
Yeah, okay. Very cool.
So
What are we
yeah, I don't
seeing
know. Mass
in the way
Marines
of
too.
tech?
No Marauders. I mean, did Buckethead?
Seen a
He didn't.
Baneling nest,
Yeah,
which
but he
is
didn't get
in
the
the...
scout of a Baneling nest.
No, I understand. I wasn't implying that he was
Oh,
responding to the
yeah.
Baneling nest. I was just
Well, he is
stating its
sort of.
existence.
He is sort of responding to it because he is getting another reactor on a
Unwittingly,
factory. Yeah, he's getting another reactor on a
unwittingly
factory,
kind of
probably
countered
for
it.
mines. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Like, I mean, this is just kind of like how the current standard meta goes. You know, like if you ask
Yeah.
a Terran player who plays Bio, like normally it's mines. Allegedly on these new maps, you want to specifically be playing tank, is what people who have been like in my clan have been saying.
Yeah.
Which is nice because I like tank way better than mines personally. So I'm so happy that that meta is back, and I might actually start playing Bio again, like over mech.
Sure. Yeah. No, I get it.
But Hella Chaz has forgotten combat shields or decided not to get it for some reason, which I definitely don't think is the right call, because combat shields lets them take those Baneling shots to the face and kind of survive a little bit better. With stim, I'm pretty sure is the trade-off, because the stim is -5 or whatever, -10 maybe.
Right.
And then the combat shields is that 10 that they would have lost. Yeah, I think this is an accidental forgetting, because he's got +1 going already. Oh, there it is. Okay. I mean, luck, like, that's better than forgetting stim, because stim takes years. Stim takes so long, so it's better to forget combat shields than
Forget
stim.
combat shield. Yeah.
And if we take a look at 11's base, he's got those spore crawlers, and he's expanding in a little bit of an interesting way, because I would expect him to expand to that gold base.
That's what I was thinking too. You know, interesting to leave that gap. It's more ground to cover with his creep spread, but I mean, I believe in him. I believe he can do it.
Oh, that was a pretty good like micro on the lings, stopping the Marines from moving away any further.
Yeah, and he got the
connections.
Cheeky little Baneling hit. It was very nice.
Yeah, these lings are.
These are big.
Yeah, these Marines are very hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice pullback on the Queens. Nice transfuse. I don't think that this is the trades that Buckethead wants. Combat shields is like just finishing, so unfortunately he's fighting without combat shields. And he doesn't know about 11's base up there, so there is always a chance that he might think that 11's only on 4 bases. At this time, or only on 3 bases, and at this time he kind of is, right? Because the base is just being used as a production structure, but soon he's going to start mining from it. And he's going to really cement an economic lead, I would think. I mean, mules are pretty good, though.
Yeah. Mules, so how well can mules close that gap? Like an economic gap in that way?
Very well. I believe a mule is 300 minerals for its lifetime.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm just looking at the unit tab now.
Yeah.
11's got 77 drones. He's a greedy boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he may, like, because he's just lost 2 of them even. He may even go up higher, you know, like,
yeah.
Some... try and... these medevacs gotta get out of here. They're
some
like,
scholars, ooh, get out of here. Some scholars maintain that one should build up to 100 drones.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Or perhaps even just max out on.
11's going for lurkers now. No. Oh, he already has the infestation pit. And he's morphing the hive, so this looks like a pretty good position for 11. It gets really hard as the Terran, because it's the Terran's job to kind of stop this from happening. And playing Bio when you're not building any tanks, because Hellchaz, right? Hellchaz, yeah.
Hellchaz, yeah.
Was making mines, and then they haven't really got nice connections, which I find is the problem with mines personally. Like, I really don't like using Mines.
You find it's too hard to get him to connect in a
Yeah,
meaningful way?
yeah, because I find that they do a lot of damage myself.
Ooh.
So this might be the first time that Helichaz sees the lurkers. The scan there does let him take out one of them, and I like that he's pulling the majority of his army back. It's unfortunate that he really can't hit that base that well. Oh, Helichaz going even for ghosts, which I find, like, that's really hard to micro, but these guys are looking real good. 11 going for 46 Zerglings in production right now. He's just going to swarm his opponent. And a lurker upgrade that I'm not sure what it is. Buckethead going for the +1 like vehicle weapons, which I'm pretty sure Widow Mines don't take advantage. Like Widow Mines don't get that like additional damage because it's a spell and not an actual attack. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong with that. Nice
sure.
stutter stepping here, but I think yeah, Buckethead's got to pick up and get out of here. The moment the Banelings start connecting, it's just going to be an absolute massacre. Trying to move with another army, but there's no medevacs here kind of protecting it, so this is going to just get swarmed down as fast as, well, as soon as the swarm gets there.
I think it's 11's time to move out and start picking off some bases, but I guess the assault from Buckethead's been pretty steady.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Is for, like, Buckethead's plan is to kind of just keep doing damage.
Yeah.
Nice. To keep 11 at home and everything, you need to be able to keep the momentum, because it looks like 11 is going to start moving out, and they are just going to pass each other. And 11's army is going to be very difficult to base trade with if they get to that base trade scenario. Buckethead doesn't have much at home. Looks like he's going to turn around and try and fight 11's army, but again, it's going to be really difficult to get on top of these lurkers because there's so many of them. In the slow zone, they're going to eat a lot of rapid shots. There was a couple of snipes that went down there. Didn't look like it was enough to really change a huge momentum of this fight.
And Buckethead not really sure where to look for the lurkers at the moment, I guess.
It's hard to engage them, really, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
They're like you know, super tanks basically, and the adrenal upgrade is already finished. Like, Buckethead's just kind of running in. I think this is an A move even. Yeah, GG gets called. We're moving on to game number 2. Well played by 11. Holy man. I can't believe he came out of that like early pool and like early roach without.
There seemed to be no downside to the early investment. Like there was something. It's just something you should always do because you can transition out of it perfectly. It's just kind of how easy he made it seem.
Yeah, he definitely made it look really easy because there was even a bunker, and he's still like, he still got what, 10 SCVs. So very well played by 11. Oops. Okay, currently up 1-0, playing for Risen Community. It is 11.
And currently trailing 1-0, the Blue Terran, Bucktheed. Sorry, Buketheed.
Buke, yeah. You gotta say it right, Maddie. So this is another one of the new maps. I think it's this one where... Actually, wait, I'm not 100% sure. On one of these maps, there is an unintentional, like, one of these, like if you look at the stream right now, you like see like one of these things right here.
Yeah.
It's like a Reaper jump up spot where like Reapers can get up there and act as high ground vision to escape from things that are chasing it. But it's not this map, it's a different one of the maps, and I saw it on Reddit and I was like, that's hilarious. I don't know how I'm gonna possibly abuse that in my play, but it's very funny.
You kind of just have to try if it's there, you know? Like,
well, like, because if something is chasing my, because it's not that close to the main, right? So like, if something is chasing your Reaper that deep in, it's probably an adept and it's probably gonna shade on top of it and kill your Reaper. You know, like,
Oh yeah.
if the protest is actually committing to that, but maybe not. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. There's so many different situations, and yeah. So looked like 11 went hatch gas pool or whatever. So not nearly as cheesy from 11, if you want to call it cheesy,
Of course we do.
or timing.
Timingy? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the kind of scouting again that I like to do from Buckethead, where you get there right at the 2 minute mark. You can see if the hatch is finished. If the hatch is finished, you don't really need to stick around anymore. You could try to
Sure.
block the third base if you really wanted to, but like on all the maps, honestly, like both third bases are definitely takeable for the Zerg. You know, like there's
Oh
definitely
yeah,
one that they'd rather have, but it's not like it's the end of the world if they can't take the third base that they want to take.
definitely.
And now we get to see the Reaper Ling dance here. The Reaper on an A move, but I mean, Buckethead did pretty good micro last game. I think just kind of pulling out and checking to see if there's a third base is the right call. Not
So
exactly it.
as a Terran, you see that third base going down right now, and what are you feeling?
Mm, for the most part, you would feel, I guess, relatively safe. It's still possible to get Ling flooded or something like that. Like, just taking a
Sure.
third base, and even if they're taking a third base early, doesn't necessarily mean that you're safe from everything. But for the most part, it means that you're okay, at least for the time being. Uh, Another thing that would make you feel good as a Terran player is if you saw this queen here drop the creep tumor, but instead the creep tumor wasn't actually dropped, she injected, which suggests some sort of early aggression. At least that's my understanding of the matchup. Because it looks like 11 is just droning, and I I believe when I was looking at it, this was quite some time ago, so things could have also changed. But you inject with one queen, you spray creep with the other because you can't actually afford to use all the larvae.
Um, yeah. I mean, your third queen, you pretty much create just for the purpose of spreading the creep. Oh, but I understand what you're saying because you could, in principle, keep both queens at the base.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. It doesn't super matter.
No,
Because
it's interesting.
it like, and this is the other thing too, like where I want my opponent to play perfectly, like in the way that I know, because then I can know what they're doing, you know. So like if I was
Yeah.
playing 11 and it was like he hasn't dropped the creep to me yet, I'm obviously getting attacked, and then he's got 10 workers on his fourth or on his third base, then I'll be like, that's not fair. That's not what you're supposed to do, you know. Like, so it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter really. Like playing quote standard doesn't necessarily mean that anyone is better than anything else or
Um,
whatever. So yeah.
11's in Buckethead's base now. He's having a look at the starport. He probably sees the tech lab whirring away. Do you
Yep.
think he's thinking
Clone Banshees, yeah.
Banshees
This
or?
is like by far the most standard meta build of TV, like Terran versus Zerg. For the
Okay.
most part, at least. And especially at like the pro levels, kind of. Clem has been like Clem made this real popular of the fast third CC. Taking, you even get it before the starport, and then you make two Banshees, and then you switch off of that, and you go either tanks or mines. But recently, Clem has been talking about how he doesn't think that, at least he's not as good at this matchup. Like, I don't think I've actually heard him saying like this matchup is like imbalanced or it's too hard for the Terrans. But he's definitely been switching it up, and like he's still winning because he literally just won Homestory Cup. But he did it with a lot more like Hellbat pushes and other
Yeah,
things. So
sure.
yeah,
Some like slightly less conventional than.
yeah. So I'm not exactly sure if we're necessarily going to see like a quote meta shift or anything. But
Yeah.
this was very standard for a while, especially for someone like Clem, and Clem has been doing it a little less recently. 11's going to try to get that surround there, but that was basically just like a noob check to see if Buckethead was paying attention, because like those links shouldn't win that fight. You know, like you don't want to engage in there unless they can get the full surround because Buckethead's not paying attention. And
Oh yeah.
I don't
It
really.
it happens.
Absolutely happens. It absolutely happens, and you don't think that it should, and then it's really frustrating. But it does happen. Now we're gonna have to see, because presumably Buckethead's going to do a multi-prong attack. So we've got these Banshees in the front, and then... Okay, oh, there he goes. There he goes. So now he's been surrounded, and the noob check gets done. So 11 gets to kill this whole thing, and what I was just about to say was the multi-prong, it's not going to be multi anymore because there's just Banshees. You know, like...
Yeah. So, in your opinion, then, do you still bring the Banshees in? It seems like they're going home. Maybe you really needed the. Do you really need that
Well,
second prong for your little
I mean,
your
it's just...
your Bident Bident attack?
I think it really just depends on how comfortable you feel microing Banshees. And that might have just been an unintentional, accidental F2, you know, like bringing everything home
Sure.
kind of thing. Definitely
Yeah.
happens. But,
Oh yeah.
like, 11 has spores everywhere. Like, there's queens, there's spores, there might even be overseers. Yeah, there's 2 overseers. Like, unfortunately, this is actually a perfect situation because there's none. But, like,
Ooh.
yeah, so basically... I wouldn't bring the Banshees in because I don't trust my Banshee micro. I never practice it, and I never play Banshees. So, like, I would have just let them stay at home, and I would use them more as, like, a anti-roach tool. Like, if I was getting early roach, that would be the only reason I would play Banshees personally.
Okay.
But 11's just getting... Oh, 11's doing that, like... I don't know, tech tree bingo, where he's getting everything. He's got Hydralisk Den, he's got the Infestation Pit, he's getting Aspire. I would imagine that this suggests to me that he wants to, at least, tech to GG Lords. I don't know if...
It's looking that way. He's already moving into the hive. I mean, 8 minutes here. I guess that's around when maybe... That's pretty fast. I guess, no, but with no attack, he can move that quickly, right? Like...
Yeah, I was also thinking that it's pretty fast, and Buckethead is doing multi-prong here, so like 11 definitely needs to cancel this base, and then is he going? Nope, that was not a cancel, that was a kill. And on the other side, we just have like another movement. So this is another Clem, like another thing, because Hearthstone made a video, not like super recently about this, but like how Clem is always on the map in 2 different places at once, kind of just standing on the edge of creep, constantly threatening that your army's there. So like,
Right.
But like, 11's actually splitting his army here. Oh wait, does 11 have no army? No, 11's army is actually a little pitiful, to be honest. Oh, that's a huge hit. Ah, nice pull away there at the last second by 11. But this is kind of the idea, right? So like 11 needs to have the proper amount of army in both places, but then it's also hard because Buckethead needs to micro properly. Like you can't let your army just move to its death or like get Bane linked, you know, like so.
Yeah. Oh. And in the previous match, we did see some pretty sick surrounds with the Zerglings followed up with Baneling shots, so Buckethead's gonna be on his toes there.
Yeah, Buckethead again is splitting half of his army off to one place, half of his army to the other place. I like it because like 11 is defending though. Like he is pulling his army certain places, and he's I thought these were cocoons for Broodlords. I couldn't think of their real name. I wanted to call them GG Lords again.
I mean, everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah. So 11's now going to build static D. I guess that's a way of dealing with this, like if you feel like you're constantly under threat. Like, oh, that was unfortunate. That was a big traitor Widowmine shot on Buckethead's own army. And
That's
now
okay, he's got plenty more.
Yes. But see, this is kind of what I was thinking was like 11's entire army just moved over to that 4th base location or whatever. So this would have been a perfect time to bring your 3rd base in. But 11, seeing that, then moved his army back over that place. So he's kind of giving up a base, but he's sending like his entire army, and then that was an absolutely huge Widowmine shot. He cleans up this entire army, and now he only needs to deal with 1 army. So I think it's basically going as well for 11 as it could have gone, because that was a very scary situation to have been in.
Absolutely. And 11 showing a little bit of mercy, leaving 1 medevac living at the north end of the map here. I guess maybe he'll rejoin the rest of his team on a move command.
Yeah. Okay, so nice surrounds.
Big surrounds.
It's a good pickup.
And the Corruptors, though? Where are the Corruptors for the follow-up?
Oh, the Corruptors are being morphed. We have Broodlords. about to be on the stage, and if you're unprepared for them, so like you can't really fight broodlords with this army, and I don't think
Yeah,
Buckethead's really done any scout in
Your
a
forces
really
are
long
under
time.
attack.
So this is
sure.
probably going to be the first time that he sees these broodlords, and while I don't think that it's GG right away, I definitely think that it's challenging. That was a really solid split there by 11. Oh, okay, and there's the broodlords. Marines, unfortunately, on a move command. We're gonna Trader Widow Mine shot. And yeah, I mean, 11 definitely needs things to tank for the Broodlords, but just 2 Vikings at a time I don't think is enough for Buckethead to really ever stop this.
It's it does seem like quite a wave of units. Got some cheeky urination from the corruptors.
Yeah, the Corrosive Bile, and with I mean, even like with this kind of thing, like this is why I like to play mech, because like if I get surprised by broodlords, I already have Thors anyways because they're easy, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be this is a really hard defense because as well, Buckethead's building these Vikings, right? But he doesn't have any medevacs now because of it. He never got more starports, so like I feel like 11 just kind of runs him over here. Like it doesn't even matter if he loses all of these broodlords, which he's not going to. But if he lost all of these broodlords, then the swarm will just kind of clean it up. There's been so much damage done here. Lots of Widow Mines at where what would be 11's fourth base, but I guess if those were not tanks, Thors, I guess you need Thors and Vikings faster. Ghosts maybe? Ghosts probably would be pretty good with the snipe if you could get under them, but 11's got so many overseers it doesn't matter. One Thor's got a pretty sick choke point though. But the other thing too is that Thors are real useless unless you have the armor upgrade for them as well, which they don't have.
Yeah. No, they're pretty soft, you know?
Armor and attack upgrades, you definitely need them. You can't just like suddenly get surprised and then switch to Thors. Unless you're playing mech and you already have those upgrades anyways. So, I guess Buckethead's going to try and do this secret, like, it's not even secret. 11 definitely knows this is here. Yes, he does. With like a planetary and like a bunch of barracks, but like unless he did a ton of damage to 11, which he didn't really do, this is never going to work because 11's economy is just insane. He's never going to catch up. He's never going to like if he somehow reset, like if a giant nuke went down here or something like that, maybe I could go with Buckethead still has a chance, but
Like a cinematic level nuke.
yeah, like it has to take out all the tech units and buildings somehow,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean
11 doesn't have a huge bank though, so that's something, I guess.
but he's earning, whatever per minute.
Yeah,
This is like what Buckethead has in his bank right now.
precisely. Like,
It's
oh wait,
strong economy.
7 drones just died somewhere.
There was a Widow Mine that was in the third base there of 11,
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't
Now
know. Is that where it
9
happened?
drones died. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'm missing some sort of major counterattack, but oh, unfortunate Baneling connections on all those links, and Planetary Fortress falls, and I would be surprised if we didn't see GG. There it is. GG.
GG.
Congratulations, 11 moving on to the winners match. Okay, let's see. Which group are we going to now? Okay, I got it. We're moving to Group D. Man, we're getting like the entire map pool. It seems like there isn't really one that people really hate, you know? Like, because I think we've almost got every single one of the games so far. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is another one recently added, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Everyone's playing the new maps. They're sick of the old ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was over a year. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so spawning in the top left, playing for SC Swarm. It is the green Zerg player, the Cell.
And spawning in the bottom right, it is the purple Terran El Ori.
Now these guys, one of them is from like I can't remember. He told us like Toronto or something, and the other guy is from somewhere in Europe. So like they already have like a really hard like time
The
scheduling things.
Waterloo, maybe.
Waterloo, maybe. I don't remember, but either way, they have a hard time scheduling. And then Elori's computer wasn't working, so he had to like fix it. And they ended up having to play this week. And what they ended up doing was they like played one game at like I think it was evening for the Cell, morning for Elori, and then they put the rest of the series on hold and played like